Right, is mise Untitled Brian Shvartin ein Gish Macanaira. Olscoil Furalisha, agus Bravradam Kaint in Yuv Fui Duharvirt. My name is Dr. Professor Brian G. McHenry, University of Pure Knowledge, and I want to talk today a little bit about the deep inner computation which is natural to the human mind and intellect and ego, to the human being, to the essence of computation, not just in the human, but which we can discern from the deepest level of the computation of nature. And let us be quite honest. The teaching of languages in our school, in particular the teaching of Irish in our schools, is abysmal. The teaching of mathematics, in particular the teaching of basic arithmetic, which lays the foundation for all of mathematics in our schools, is abysmal. And I have developed a particular technique to integrate the teaching of language and with the teaching of arithmetic. And what we intend to do with our Ulscoil Furalisha, the University of Pure Knowledge, is to launch this program globally so that people from all over the world can tune in on the 1st of May Day, La Bealtana, 2022, and get the first of the essence of the first lesson in. We may be able to do it in 20 languages, we may be able to do it in 10, but we'll definitely be able to do it in a number. And it takes a while to develop the languages. And what we're going to do, we have another project which we call L'Aur Livre, which is where we take the essence of knowledge in Irish, give it out and adapt it into English, and then give it the essence of knowledge in French. And we have progressed quite a bit with that. And it will lay the foundation for other languages. And we'll go from French to Spanish to German. I got this yesterday. Italian. So I might try that and see what happens there. And I also have a box set for Dutch. So I'll try that. And we'll see how long it takes, what those techniques are like and how long it takes to actually learn them. What else do I want to say? Yes, people should not be daunted by the prospect of learning a language. They should not be daunted by the prospect of learning computation. But unfortunately, the way our education system works in this country is abysmal. It is not compassionate. It is not funny. It is not friendly. It is not the way one would expect an education system to be. And our minister, what I call the mouthpiece of education, is leading the charge of ignoring people's wishes. And people say, when is the Leaving Cert going to be changed properly? Oh, and they'll change this and they'll change that. I don't want this to be a website of complaining, because we do have the answers which the current education system does not have. And we'll start by educating the teachers. We will run summer courses for teachers. And teachers face daunting challenges at present, and they're not addressed within our education system. We've brought all these people into the country over the last 20 or 30 years, and we've made no provision for the teaching of, for instance, arithmetic in different languages. There's no provision, no major provision anyway, not that I know of. Now, what does that mean? That means that the natural right of the parents to interact with their children in relation to the teaching of arithmetic has been denied. That is a denial of their rights under the Irish Constitution. Our education system breaks this article of the Constitution every day, and they don't seem to care. We only teach mathematics in either Irish or in English. Maybe they do a bit of French or German that I'm not aware of, but I don't think so. I just want to hold on a minute and see if there's anything else that wants to peep out. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get a poem. Ah, yes. I know which poem I will read. I've read this a few times, but not on this website. Or this Computation. Right. This is from my first book of poetry, Fatching a Gora, Folding the Branches. And there's me sitting on a few bar stools outside a pub in Cork, the Shebeen. And this poem is called University Challenge. University Challenge. It really came as a great surprise to learn that ye men on chairs of knowledge who do sit do not possess any. Political manipulation are the tools by which your elevation came. My elevation was simpler, mere observation at your obfuscation in the face of simplicity. The greatest danger to you is my confession that I know naught. This is as it must be, for all the fruits of this seed I did once profess, fruits born mentally, computationally, to be the excitations of zero, but you did not want to know. You dismissed my efforts with vain praise, hoping to erase the voice, the choice, to question the source from which it all purports to come. None of you have held the innocence which drives the mind to the ends of the universe. All sit in vain satisfaction, sure in pension-secure knowledge, without a care as to the lack of dare you will effect in minds which will secure the blinds of ignorance. Arise from your chair of knowledge and dare to resume the quest. A simple request. And let's see if I can get another poem out of here. We'll see what... This is my second poetry book, K. Ulk, Who Bad. And there's me in Bishop Lucy Park in Cork. And let's see what... Oh no, I read that the other day. Oh, yes. The Mistletoe Men. This poem was written at this book was written around Christmas in 2010. Again I tried, the Mistletoe Men. Again I tried in vain to ring the range of change, a mighty trip, a sup to sip, to sing a song or no wrong, how bad the locals say to me. I'm mad, another said to me, I didn't mind his truth, a man of vision most refined, but armour blood for free. I met them just a moment, walking laden down, with beauty in the berries of that garlanded crown. My phone was left behind, or so the story goes. I do believe it was the she who helped me peel the rind. The mandarins are going insane, they do not know their stuff. Fluff ye liars, I have ye now, and I will be your bane. And I won't even try and explain what that's about, except that this book was written at the time that the international mouse fraudsters invaded our ducas and our president never stood up for the country. Let us hope that our current president stands up for the country. I don't know, the jury's still out, but he has this book and he may have read parts of it. So he may have been infected with Furalicia He may have been infected with pure knowledge as a cure for the infection of toxic mathematics. And I was on LinkedIn last night and I see that Bill Gates has released another book from the Gates Foundation. This is more about his ego than anything else. But he wouldn't allow any comment on the article that summarized his book or whatever else. It's due for release in May. And I said to myself, why is that? What is he running scared of? Is he scared that someone will make a comment about toxic mathematics? And that's what's going on. Toxic mathematics infects everything. It infects children from their first day of school. It affects them right up to their, in our country, the intercert, or I think it's, I don't know what it's called anymore, but right up to the leaving cert, the baccalaureate in France, the A-levels in England, and whatever else. They're all infecting children with toxic mathematics. It persists throughout. People going into university, they become infected with the teaching of toxic mathematics. People who learn to teach mathematics are learning to pass on the toxicity which is contained in toxic mathematics. And what is toxic mathematics? It's very simple. Modern mathematics, so-called modern mathematics, has thrown away the fundamentals of arithmetic. It has thrown away the fundamentals, techniques of learning mathematics in a way which is not totally dependent on logic. It is not totally dependent on, oh, I've got the right answer, I'm so intelligent. In other words, it sits more easily with the ego. It doesn't depend on this notion of brilliance. And that is what we are developing. We are developing the ability to teach what I call, to make a distinction between mathematic, and computation. Coharviert or duharviert is the computation which is natural to the unified field. On machra avoin, it's natural to vreemse cohentaha, another way of describing the unified field. So, tá mé chun imachtanis agus curig mé an rud seo suas an idirlín. Slán agus beannacht.